Hello everyone, Allie here, and welcome to the Gold Mine. Thank you so much for joining me here on another episode at Allie's Treasure Trove. Today we're doing a new episode of ALLYCHAT, and as you guys can see, it is cosplay themed, so I'm excited to see how this goes. So, for this past Wednesday over on Titan Cards, I did cosplay as Melisandre for the Game of Thrones Iron Anniversary Series 2 multi-case opening. So I do have my little outfit here. Now you guys can't see it down here, but I do have the little chain belts. I know this isn't like super accurate, but you know what? Passable, looks good, it's cute, fits well. And since it's just a dress, I can just wear in my jeans underneath and my flip-flops. It's good. I feel comfortable, so this is nice. Very long sleeves, but the way they go down, it actually isn't going to be a problem, I don't think, opening cards, so that's good. But excited to see what this looks like. Now, you guys might be wondering, Allie, you look a little different. I did. I got my hair did on Tuesday afternoon. So it is a little bit darker. Usually that's when I get it all waved out. It looks fancy for a few days, but since I have the cosplay today, I just told my hairstylist go ahead and straighten it because I figured that would help with putting on this very long, very dark wig. So I have this back here. As I always smacking into stuff. So I always do. I order things off of Amazon because the Amazon wigs, even though I'm not always big on buying stuff from Amazon, the wigs from Amazon tend to actually work pretty well. So I was investigating her hair color and whatnot. So I did go with one that was darker red rather than like a lot of the other reds. So I feel like this matched better than the other colors I was seeing. But hopefully this goes well. So there is, of course, the wig cap included with the little instruction sheet, which is good, because even though I've done this a few times, I can never remember how to do it properly. Interestingly enough, there is a tip. After packaging and shipping, your wig will need just a little care and style attention in order to look its best. Do not spray gel water and wax on the wig, which will cause the wig to get oily. Synthetic hair wigs may happen to have minimum shedding and tangling when you wear it the first time. Best way is on a wig stand or mannequin. You can store it in a hairnet and plastic bag. Wigs should be placed in a cool and dry space. Thanks for your purchase. So let me go ahead and cut this tag here. Actually, I'm going to worry about the wig once I have assembled whatever I'm doing with this. So I'll turn my attention to that momentarily. The wig cap that is holding the wig has gotten stuck on the zipper. Oh. It's not even a real zipper. It's like a little slidey thing. Alright, so I'm going to just put this back here and deal with that a little bit. It should be the right length. As you guys know, or don't know, I have never seen Game of Thrones, but, you know, I like dressing up. The outfits are really cool, just with all the violence of different varieties. It doesn't seem like a show that I'd feel comfortable watching, even though it seems neat. The dragons are cute. I actually have, from a while back, oh, I have a wig cap in here, too. Yeah, I wonder if double wig capping it would make it stay better. I do have a lot of hair. Interesting. But it just doesn't seem like a show that I would be too particularly comfortable watching, even though it has a neat premise, so hopefully it looks good. Hopefully my outfits are, like I said, passable is what I'm aiming for. Just trying to have fun here. This one in particular wasn't super expensive. The most expensive piece of the cosplay was this. It's actually, it looks really nice. It's actually 3D printed. I forgot to order it a while back because I had planned this out for a while. I had forgotten to order it. So I had to pay extra so that way it was here in time, but you know, whatever. Alright, sort out your own hair, pull a net in the neck, elastic side up, folding hair net. Yeah, whatever. The instructions here is a bit different than normal. I feel like usually it says put this on first. So I was like, boss man, I need you to get going so I can get ready because I don't know how long this is going to take. As always, I put on a wig. It's always like struggle central. But like I said, I think this one shouldn't be that bad, thankfully, because my hair was straightened. And if it does go on a lot easier because my hair is straightened, I will literally just go get it straightened before any time I have to use a wig. It really didn't cost that much. I was looking at it because, you know, I just had her get it straightened at the end of the appointment, and it was only like an extra $10, and I was like, $10 for life convenience? That sounds pretty good. So hopefully this actually is as convenient as I expect it to be. I would definitely be down. Be like, please, Jillian, squeeze me in Wednesday morning. Yeah, it's pretty good. I feel like I have a lot more ability to pull on this than I normally do. Because the hair is much more flat. It was so weird yesterday. I had my hair up in the ponytail. You guys know what I normally do, and I just kind of had loop back. It was like so skinny. I was like, that looks pathetic. It's just because I have very voluminous hair, but when straightened, it's so skinny. Like, even in the thumbnail, if you guys look on the piece before, like the pre-costume and then the full costume will be on one side. At least that's the goal. Be like Allie pre-wig and stuff versus full. I did this once before and it looked neat. We'll see how it looks this time around. That is the goal for the thumbnail. Of course, I gotta wait till the end of the video to let pose and stuff. But hopefully it looks good. I mean, that looks fine. Now I just gotta do my makeup and then we'll put the wig on at the end, right? I'm just worried this is gonna slip. So therefore, I should get these little pins. Little bobby pins. I feel like I have loose ones in here. I do. Because otherwise I don't want this to slip. That would be very annoying. Oh, I've got these things. Little clips. These would probably work better. And then the goal is, prior to the stream, to have enough time to film a very, very brief 2 blaster box opening of O-Pee-Chee Platinum Hockey. So you guys hopefully saw that this past Thursday. If not, if I don't have time for it, there could be a very oily looking Melisandre opening up O-Pee-Chee Platinum Hockey on Thursday, or upload canceled. Woo! No, but we'll see. I think that's enough clips for now. We'll see if stuff is shifting a lot. I don't like how this is sticking out. Might have to switch this one to a pin, but I really don't know what the wig's hairline's gonna look like yet, so that's not really worth stressing out about just quite yet. So let me re-moisten my face. Get rid of any oils that have appeared in like the last 10 minutes. And alright, let's start with the eyes, because you guys know me, I'm horrible about applying makeup. It gets everywhere. I need the wiggle room with having the eyes done first so that I can fix everything. I figured what better way to celebrate opening Game of Thrones than by using the Game of Thrones palette. So we're going to see how this looks. We do have some darker colors here. I was thinking, I like this, but I don't want that one to be like too much. It's called Wirewood Leaves. The red keep is kind of orange. Lannister red is a nice color. It looks more red than this kind of is like a dirty red, like kind of brownish in the pan, but that does look a bit more red. We'll see how this goes. That's why. We'll see if I have time to film the O-Pee-Chee Platinum. I gave myself 2 hours, and then it turned to kind of like an hour and a half. I mean, when I started putting this on, I had like 2 hours. And, you know, kicking Boss Man out and whatnot. Cool, I got a bunch of primer on my... You know, can you see it? The primer is on my eyelashes, whatever. I'm a professional, not. Alright, let's go ahead and get this primer ready to go. Also, you know, I shall probably be talking about this today, as in when I'm filming. But thank you so much to everybody who stopped by on Tuesday night to the virtual holiday card show over on Sports Card Investors channel. It was great seeing so many people in chat there giving their support for the Titan Cards channel and for me. Even Bossman was like, you have a lot of fans. Be like, yeah, because I bust my ass here for this channel, man. People care. I'm like, why are you surprised? Bossman was like, wow, you have a lot of fans. So he texted me, you have a lot of fans. I'm like, yeah. So, whatever. And look, even Bossman was surprised by the turnout of people there to support. But it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I must say, I'm pleasantly surprised. Like, the worst comments were just boob jokes, and then, oh, anyone who likes her is a simp. Like, and that was it. There wasn't, like, anybody usually complaining. Like, I'll get people say, like, you know, they'd rather blow their brains out than listen to me speak. My voice is horrible. I'm the worst person. I'm so stupid. You know, why is she allowed to even touch products? She doesn't deserve it. You know, all kinds of stuff like that. So I was honestly, like, expecting people to just hate me. I was really nervous. And then, like I said, that was, like, the worst of it. I was like, cool. It was cool. I remember I saw one comment that was like, psh, no one knows who Titan is. Meanwhile, it's the second largest channel on the panel, but that was funny. But overall, it was really fun. I enjoyed it, so I was nervous for the reception. Reception went well, so I don't feel like I could ask for anything more. It was great. And like I said, really appreciate those of you guys that stopped by. And I'll go ahead and, I guess, pin a comment. Yeah, because it's available for replay on the channel. I checked it out. Again, actually, this morning. My mom said some of the other breakers made faces when I was talking about how we got only 2 boxes of Optic and 2 boxes of XR football. That, like, Leighton was like... So I went back to watch that, because when I was watching the panel, I was watching chat, because actually it was funny. You know, the app that launched, it didn't actually get launched. Apple was too slow, so it didn't hit the App Store. So Jeff Sports Card Investor had to admit that it was pre-recorded. So I was, you know, just say it's live, because a good portion of the show was live. It's just, if you guys watched the show, you would have seen a lot of issues with the stream handling 3 cameras. And then, like, I was surprised. Initially, they had said, like, oh, we can't handle, you know, that many people, because it's the 4 panelists coming, well, not 4, 6 different streams coming in, and then Jeff's stream, and then to be able to do that live. They wanted to do everything live, but that just wasn't feasible technology-wise, and I was like, that's weird. But it makes sense when it's like they couldn't even handle 3 cameras very well, so makes sense, but so I think, so our panel was pre-recorded, and then I would think the other panel, the content creators panel, was also pre-recorded, but otherwise the other stuff was live. And I know chat was, like, speculating that the entire thing was pre-recorded since they weren't really interacting with chats, but I don't believe that was the case. I do believe the majority of it was live, because there were a lot of issues. And it just seemed like it was just on the fly. But it was really cool. I enjoyed checking it out. It's very fun to be there and very entertaining. Hopefully the audio issues that they're having, as well as the camera lag, get sorted out for the Wednesday and Thursday night shows. Yeah, I'm just horribly applying this. Oh my goodness. I'm doing a horrible job here. That's why I like this brush. This brush, though, has been betraying me recently. I don't know what it is. It's just not going on very smooth. Of course, anytime that I'm like, I gotta go in with a dark color. Let me hope this looks good. And then it... Alright, so we've scrapped one eye. We're starting over. Yeah, anytime I'm pressed for time, my makeup's always like, you know what? I think I'm gonna not behave today. And it's like, no. I remember when I was trying to do my makeup for the Flesh and Blood Tales of Aria preview, I had to restart my eyes, I think, almost 9 times. It was like 8 or 9 times. It was absolutely ridiculous. I was so frustrated as to why it just wasn't turning out well. It was legitimately ridiculous. Let me... Alright, so looks like, because that last wipe got a bit dirty just because the colors are so dark, so I wanted to make sure that everything was clean. It seems to be clean. Alright, so let's re-put some primer. Starting over. Seems like my eyelid is like slightly tinted red. I think I'm going to try a different brush. Yeah, my one eyelid is just a bit dark right now. I want to try a different brush, and I think I'm just going to skip the base. I think we're just going to skip the base color. I think we're going to jump straight to the shimmer red, and hopefully it's dark enough to survive by itself. Alright, so... Y'all saw that, right? We're not going to talk about it. We're just moving on. We don't need to talk about that. That was awkward. Hey, God, how did it just... Well, if you have one of these brushes, this is Kat Von D number 50. It doubles as a toothpick. have a lot in this palette. There's a lot of these shades that just have random pin marks in them because I accidentally, when I've been doing my eyes, will hit. Looking at the mirror, I'll just... I like this brush. It's very easy to hold and easy to use, but man, do I tear stuff up with this thing. Where is the spray? I sprayed you. I swear I sprayed you. Why are you not wet? What the heck? There we go. We're off to a great start. Alright, let's go in with Wirewood Leaves. Please do not bully me, Wirewood Leaves. Oh, that seems good. This is more purpley than I thought it would be, but you know what? It's cute. Who cares? At this point, who cares? YOLO. YOLO! Yes! When they're experiencing technical issues during the show, I wish I could just like reach through the screen and just fix it. Because I know exactly what some of the problems were. Like when there were a couple dealers showing off some cards they had. And the camera was lagging out, and I'm like, I know what's causing that because I have had that issue before. And what it was is just that, because we had that issue when we updated the cameras. And then they're high quality, they're, you know, they require more, I guess, CPU usage and stuff, and just whatever it is. I don't know exactly the technical aspect of it, but the computer, the little board that is attached to the ports, if you're overloading the port, it's just doing too much, and it takes it out on the camera. So that's why it was still like high quality. It wasn't like an actual lag from like the internet or anything. It's just they needed to unplug the camera and plug it into a different port. That's it. And I'm like, please fix it. And then also there are the different audio issues. I'm like, y'all forgot to mute some of the different cameras' audio, so then there's just like 3 audios going on at the same time. And it was just, that's why there's like that weird echo and just it sounded like it was coming from a bunch of different places. I was like, no, you guys didn't do a test. To be fair, though, it is hard to test some of this stuff if you're not expecting these issues. If you've never encountered it before, you're probably just like, oh, I didn't realize that was going to happen. But it was awkward. It was awkward. I was like, man, I wish I could just reach in there and help. But I did send an email, because actually for the Hits app with the different breaker reactions and stuff, which I think is neat. I know chat was pretty divided. Some people were really excited about the NFT aspect and some were not. I mean, the app itself, I think, is genuinely cool because I just want to see people get excited with cool pulls. Like, you don't have to buy anything. You could just look at all the hits. I feel like the longer you hang out in there, the more you might just kind of... I feel like the longer you use it, eventually you'll be like, I kind of want to own one. I mean, I just want to own one of ours, just... Am I ever going to get, like, some other kind of collectible like that? No, I just think it's really neat. I don't know how popular it will be or anything like that, but I'm excited to see what happens with it. And I like that it's just a place where you can see a bunch of other content creators. I'm excited to see if there's, like, other channels that have pulled, like, really neat hockey stuff, really neat Star Wars, really neat Marvel. The only problem is they're worried Disney might crawl up their butt about characters, so they're holding off on doing the Star Wars ones. And then I saw during the stream, I'd assumed they'd pull the Marvel ones too that I had sent over. And then they previewed one of the Black Diamond Marvel ones, and I was like, did you guys forget that Disney owns Marvel too? Are y'all okay? So I sent Jeff an email, and I was just asking, I was like, you know, I was expecting you guys to pull the Marvel, and I saw during the stream that you guys have one of the Marvel ones. I just wanted to see, is that going to affect in the future? Like, is they're not going to be able to do any non-sports just because of different character likenesses and stuff? And I also provided the feedback about switching the port, and I'm like, you guys probably already have it handled, but just in case, I wanted to share just because we've had this problem before, and it was just moving a camera to a different port. Just in case, because it was very unintuitive to figure out what the issue was. I believe Steven helped me figure out what the problem was, because I feel like I'm good with technology and stuff, but like actual apps and like physical computer stuff, I have no idea what's going on. Like, would you guys believe that I graduated? I mean, my high school was a technology high school. I took coding classes. I did all kind of computer science and things like that. Did you guys believe I was actually a national award winner for Women in Future Studies of Computer Science? Like, I don't know anything about, like, physical stuff. That was just never something I looked into. I was never, I know there are a lot of people in my grade that were like, oh, I build PCs and stuff because they're, like, big gamers and whatnot. I'm just like, I just think it's neat. So that was never something I did, so that was very unintuitive for me to just be like, oh, maybe it's overclogging the port, whatever that means. But that's what happened when they had the new cameras. It was just too much for that little piece of tech. The ports, whatever, and then the different port had like a different piece, and it was fun. Whatever. I just said, maybe you guys haven't figured out, maybe try this. This is what helped for us. So hopefully it's not laggy tonight for them. I don't know if they have more dealers on tonight showing off stuff, but if they do, hopefully they don't have that issue anymore, because they were getting clowned on hard. It was funny, I felt bad for laughing, but there was a comment that said that it looks like a high school news show. And as someone who actually was on an elementary school, I was an anchor at my elementary school's news, like, morning news show. I thought it was a very humorous comment. Even though I was a part of it, I was like, yeah, not everything is going so great tonight. I felt really bad. Like I said, I wish I could just reach in there and be like, guys, quick, just put up a screen that says technical difficulties and just unplug this and plug this back in real quick, please. Please. But well, hopefully all those issues get ironed out for tonight. Like I said, it's Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursdays. So today, Wednesday, I'll be here listing Game of Thrones, I would think, so I'll have it playing in the background listening. It's cool to see other channels and learn more about other people in the hobby, because I unfortunately don't have much time to really watch stuff. Especially sports stuff. I'll watch, like, TCG stuff, but not too much sports. Just because I do enjoy it, but it's not as, I guess, relevant to me, if that makes sense. Like, mainly what I collect is non-sports and TCG stuff, and then just Ben Bishop and Lightning cards. So, for, like, other sports channels, it's cool to just learn more about them and what they do. It was cool, actually, the first panel of content creators. I don't know what the guy's name was. I know some people in chat were saying they wish each person's little screen had names, which I agree with that. Would have been nice to see. But the first dude is actually, when I run videos from Titan Cards on the Trove account, like, make sure to boost the watch time, give it a like and whatnot. I've gotten he has a podcast with him and a couple of his buddies that are like, they've been like hour-and-a-half long ads, and I just actually really enjoy it, so I'll let them play, but I never knew what their name was, so I just be like, oh, that's cool, I got another one of their ads, I get to listen. That's how actually I learned that's where I learned most of my basketball stuff, when those ads popped up regularly, is from their channel. But I can go back and figure it out. I can look, of course, at the different people on that panel on Instagram, and then find out that way, but would have been cool if they had everyone's names. I was a little surprised that they didn't, because when I logged into whatever little software thingy that we all had the stream from, each of us had typed in their little, and then the corners of our windows had our names, so I guess maybe the master footage doesn't have it? Or they took it out in the production side? I don't know, but I wrote Allie from Titan Cards in my little box. It was down here. A little grayed out, kind of translucent box with all of our names. So that was a little interesting, but it was a really awesome opportunity. I had a lot of fun. I'm excited to see when that app goes live, check it out, just because, like I said, I was completely honest in the questions. I think it's a really unique idea, and I'm excited because I do enjoy watching reaction videos, because I don't know people here, especially with, like, K-pop. Like, I've bullied Boss Man into enjoying K-pop, so he actually really is into Super Junior, and so is my mom. But in terms of, like, everything else, I don't know people, so I like watching other people get excited about the same stuff I get excited about. So I'm just really excited to see people just going insane over pulls and stuff like that. And then, like I said, there's that collectible aspect there for people if they want it. If not, you can still just browse the app. There'll be a feature that you can leave comments and just look at stuff, and then that's cool. I think it's really neat, and You know, if nothing else, it'll just get more people to be like, oh, who's this Titan cards? She pulled this one really cool Sidney Crosby PMG number to 10. You know, and then find that way. So it's good for, like, search and discovery, and just, it seems fun. It seems fun. I'm excited to see how it grows, see people's reaction to it, see how it actually functions, because, of course, I don't have it either to actually try it out. I can't let you guys know what my thoughts of the app and its functions are, because I've never used it, but I'm really excited. Really excited to try that out. Plus, I really like the design of the videos. I was worried it was just going to be like a weird zoom into the center and that was it. But I like how they actually were able to pull out the like the face cams to see people's reactions and stuff. So really neat, really nifty. Like I said, the collectible aspect there of NFTs are there for people that want it. If you don't want it, you just pretend that that's not a thing. Because it is kind of just like a flex situation. Because you can watch people's NFTs and then it'll be like, oh, this is for sale from so-and-so if you want to buy it. Or people be like, look at my collection of Ally from Titan NFTs, watch all my videos. You know, you can just watch and just enjoy. And like I said, search and discovery. You know, I'm curious to look to see. Hopefully all the Star Wars stuff does get approved and Disney isn't, you know. Yeah, I would want to see what other really cool Star Wars pulls are out there. So I'm just excited. I'm excited. I think it's a very interesting and unique opportunity. As I was joking in the pre-stream chat before the Game of Thrones, like this is the closest they'll get to having like a card in Ginter. But if you guys are interested, because I really like it as like a encapsulation of iconic moments of the channel, which is why when the question was asked, this was not one of the questions they sent out for us to think about and prepare. I was just like, oh goodness. I was so glad I wasn't called on first, but for the what has been the favorite poll. And there's a lot of cards that I really enjoy, but what I went with, the answer that I came up with was It's the Jacket Harrison Ford Han Solo silver frame from last year's Masterwork. Because I know, I mean, even, you know, Noogie has been a big proponent of like It's the Jacket, and there was the rallying around, everybody's like, yeah, that's a great idea for an emoji, and anytime we open up Star Wars, people are like, it's the jacket. It was just a really great pull and a really funny coincidence that I was wearing the Han Solo jacket when we pulled the Han Solo silver frame. So even though I'm not like the world's biggest fan of Han Solo as a character or Harrison Ford as like an actor, that is, when I think of like moments on the channel, that is something I think about. So that's why I picked it. And hopefully I would love, I don't know how long the what they got is. I don't know if the part, because it was a while of like getting excited about the Harrison Ford, and then eventually I remember I switched windows and I said it's the jacket. I have no idea when I sent them the video if they're going to be able to include it. Like, I really don't know how long these little clips are going to be, if I actually am captured saying it's the jacket in there or not. I really hope so, but I have no idea. That's why another reason I'm really excited to check out the app. I want to know what they look like, you know, and how long they are and things. Because I feel like some NFT videos are like super short. Bossman looked it up on like size requirements, and I'm like, I don't know how long a video clip can get into that. But then I also feel like there's just, like, isn't the ow, Charlie bit my finger whole video an NFT? But like, that wasn't super long to begin with in the first place. Or like that one baseball game where that cat ran on field and one of the players had to go get it and then it just kept scratching him the whole time. Isn't that like an NFT? But I don't, it's one of those things where it's like, I know I joke, you know, Ally Boomer. I don't really get it. And then for me, I'm just like, whatever. Y'all want to have fun with NFTs and Bitcoin and crypto and all stuff. I took a class in college, you know, of course, got an A+ in it. You know, got 100% of my final project and whatnot for, I think it was like cryptology or something, just like codes and stuff and patterns in math. And like we learned, because, you know, people were asking, we were talking about crypto a lot and just blockchain and what it all means. And I'm like, okay, I get it in concept, but I don't really, I don't know, it just doesn't stick in my brain. So for me, it was like interesting. I do think it's interesting. NFT cards to me are a bit weird, for the same reason that I don't understand that people that collect digital cards, just not even the limited aspect of it, like people with the Star Wars digital card trader, and then before Topps had to shut down the WWE digital card trader app because they no longer have the WWE license, and then people were surprised that they couldn't keep their cards. I'm like, well, that makes sense. If they don't have the license anymore, they can't legally do it. Or like when people, you know, you spend a bunch of money on Pokemon PTCGO, and then they're switching over to live and, like, you know, get your old, like, Heart Gold, Soul Silver stuff that you used to spend a lot of money on because they're not porting over vintage. And it's just like, I don't get buying digital stuff. For me, it's like, if I'm gonna spend money on something, I want to own it, but that's not something you can own physically anyways. So I think it's neat concept, but I'll also pin in the comment too, and I'll put it in the description. If I don't, I'll rely on you all to yell at me in the comments down below. But, you know, so that is like a digital kind of museum of crazy moments here on the channel. But if you guys wanted a physical collection, of course, of iconic moments of the channel, just the evolution of the channel, community cards and things like that, of course there is that very important community project. If you guys remember the Titan Cards Year 1 decks, I know a lot of you were bummed that you missed out on the giveaway. Some people have gotten them other ways. I know actually for my Patreon, anyone that signed up as an Ultimate Excavator, I had sent out one of those. But I think there's going to be some major changes coming to Patreon in the new year. Hopefully I'll figure that out. Because, I mean, it's almost January. I really got to get on this stuff. It's just been a lot. But if you guys wanted those Year 1 decks, and of course the upcoming Year 2, really need your support to get those off the ground. There is a crowdfunder for that. So like I said, if you guys wanted like a physical, something to touch, tangible item commemorating stuff on the channel, that should be, like I said, in the description, also in the pinned comment. So in the pinned comment, I got to put the video link to the panel, and then also link to that on Indiegogo, which I hadn't heard of before. I've only heard of like Kickstarter. I don't really know what the difference is, but that's where it is. So very excited about that. Excited to see what that turns out. Curious to see what the community has decided is worthy of being included for Year 2. Also weird to think of how much stuff has happened in literally just 2 years. I was very, very surprised to find that the channel, Titan Cards, of course, not the Trove. The Trove is tiny in comparison. But on the panel, we're the second behind Layton. Like, that was second largest in total, just behind Layton. And like, I didn't realize how long Layton has been doing breaks. I think he said like 9 or 10 years is when he first started doing breaks. I don't know if the YouTube channel was around then, because as one of the other panelists was mentioning, it used to be just like Breakers TV. And then that's on YouTube and like Twitch, whatnot. People do breaks on Instagram and stuff now too. But I mean, Layton was at, I think, 44 point something K subscribers. You know, if they've had a following for 10 years, 9-10 years, you know, that's nothing to sneer at. But it's just, I also feel like the channel has had such growth because it's not just breaks. Because the thing is like, you can tune in for breaks, but like, do you really need to subscribe for it? Not really. If it's not like actual video content, what is the point of subscribing? So I'm not too surprised to see like really big name breakers with not like super high sub levels. But I just thought that was very impressive. Just in terms of how much work I've put into the channel, and seeing those results, it just puts it all into perspective. Because I will admit, I've been a bit sad this year. I mean, Year 1's growth was explosive. It was very intense. You know, by the end of Year 1, we're at 17,000 subscribers. And now it's here almost at the end of Year 2. We're creeping to 30. I think we'll get to 30 before January 14th. I was hoping we'd at least get to 34 to double. Not sure if that will be feasible. Depends on when the big Star Wars products come out, because a lot of people do tune in for Star Wars. But so I'm really excited to see where things go. So just seeing that and putting into perspective, you know, other breakers that I've literally seen advertisements for every single time I go to Cardboard Connection. And there's always like stuff everywhere. If you accidentally click slightly off the checklist, it takes you to like a breaker's website from like whatever ads are populated in the background. So like, that's why I had heard of all of those names. Even if I hadn't seen them before, I'd seen at least their ads. And I know they're popular. And just, I was surprised I was invited, because even though technically by the definition of break, I am a breaker because I do breaks, but I don't do breaks like, when you think of a break, yeah, personal breaks count, but that's not what you're thinking of. So I was impressed with that. I've learned the hard way I can't talk while I do my jaw, otherwise it turns out horrible. But there was a few people in chat that said that I should have been on the content creators panel instead, which I think was apt. I must admit I was surprised You know, obviously I was very enthused to be invited, and then when I saw on Instagram afterwards that they're content creator panels, I was like, why am I on the breaker panel? But, of course, the people in the breaker panel are the people that are the first. I made a joke. I'm like, I'm part of the new original 6. Yes, hockey reference. Yes, but those are the first 6 people in the Hits app when it goes live, so that's why I'm there. But yeah. Anyways, let me do my job. Alright, it's 2 o'clock. I still gotta put my wig on. I still gotta film OPGs. Let me get this locked up. Alright, but definitely an amazing experience. Part of me is like, oh, is anything gonna happen digitally and they need like an emergency call in? Like, let me in on the panel some more. But it would be super cool, super cool. Maybe next year we can do something again like that. That'd be neat if they invite me back or anything like that. I was just checking to see if I got an email back from Jeff. You know. Be cool if he's like, oh, thanks for the help. I don't know, but it would have been nice if the panel could have been live, because I would have liked to interact with chat, although I don't know how I would physically see chat on my screen. I guess I could have YouTube muted in the background and just kind of look at chat, but I know there's a lot of people frustrated they don't interact with chat, which for them, I don't know, like for Jeff, like I have no idea how he could even see chat. Eventually, I saw them taking the feedback, I think during Mealy Pops' vendor showcase thing. He made some references to the chat, but I feel like it's easy being like, why can't they just get stuff to work? But from my experience, it's not obviously as easy as it looks to be able to put on that kind of production. But alright, this wig looks a little messy. I'm used to them being fresh out of the bag. Kind of nicer than this. Not that this isn't nice, but it's just a little bit more frizzy than I would have expected. Alright, so here is that tag I need to cut. I didn't end up using this. I should just put that. Where's my handy dandy scissors? My skizzers. Alright, let me cut that right there. Alright, and I did order on Amazon because I have some wigs that you wear them once and they look fine, and then you put them back in the bag, and then you dig it out to use again, and it does not look good. So I ordered wig brushes. They used to have a wig comb, but then the actual thing snapped when I was trying to brush out some tangles in the Tifa wig. And then I remember last time I meant to order it for the Daenerys wig, and then I was like, shall I can YOLO it? It did not look good. I will say the second Daenerys, so the Series 1 Iron Anniversary, is probably my least favorite cosplay of the year. Just because I feel like it didn't turn out as well as I'd hoped. But these are specifically for wigs. And also, I know it did say, oh, you're probably gonna have a lot of sheddings. Let me get rid of the shed now. I'm just brushing it out, and then we'll throw it on my head, and hopefully it looks good, right? Winging it! Because, of course, I don't try this stuff out ahead of time. This is freshly delivered, like, last Friday. So I did have time to try it out, but like I said, you know, usually wigs when you wear them the first time, they look the nicest, so I didn't want to, like, mess with it too much. Plus, it, like, has some styling. I don't want to brush out the styling too much. But if you see it blowing around, it's because my little mini desk fan is here. Honestly, getting this little desk fan, while it wasn't initially for this reason whatsoever, but then when I had it at home, after I wasn't using it for the initial reason I got it, and then I was like, let me just have this while I'm opening stuff, because I'm always complaining that it gets too hot, and that I get super oily. Honestly, I feel like it's been the single-handed biggest improvement for me for content this year is having the mini desk fan, because I'm not stressing out about how I look, because I'm not feeling gross. And I feel like my makeup keeps longer, just because for me, like, I have to sleep with a fan on, even if the house, you know, the house can be at, like, you know, 72, and if I have no air circulation on my face, I just get very verklempt and sweaty and gross, and I'll wake up with, like, super sweats in the middle of the night and just disgusting, because even if it's not hot, it just, if I'm not getting air circulation, my body is like, ugh. So my makeup lasts a lot longer without getting, you know, crusty and just oily and flaky. So, because it'll get oily and then it'll just kind of congeal and just melt off. Or just look very bad. So, that has really helped, I guess, with my, like, confidence levels in terms of longer streams and the cosplay and stuff. So, I would vote mini desk fan. We got tiny, I'll say tiny fan, right? We got tiny knife, tiniest knife, tiny fan, tiny vac, which was featured once and then never again. Just because it doesn't vacuum super well. It's a vacuum, but it kind of sucks. I got it mainly because it was touted as the world's smallest vacuum. So I was like, guys, we gotta have a tiny vac. But, alright, let's go ahead and put this wig on. Get my wig on. So on the Amazon reviews, I saw people saying they don't like the hairline. Hairline's not realistic. I'm like, you're wearing a long red wig. It's not realistic. This fits over the wig cap because the wig cap is not like super chunky. So much nicer than normal. Hey, yo, Jillian, I might be bothering you every time I have some sort of cosplay wig break. Is this literally it? Is this the quickest I put on a wig? See, but Allie, why would you spend money to straighten your hair when you can just do it? And be like, y'all, I have so much hair. And I don't have the right tools, the right products to, like, keep it. So that it doesn't just get gross. $10? Get my hair straightened? I would spend a lot more than $10 for this. Y'all, that was... I was doing this last night, too, when I got home. I just switched to, like, country bumpkin alley voice. The quote-unquote Tallahassee accent. This outfit looks a lot fancier than what it costs. Like I said, this was the most expensive. Because it was one of the nice ones. You guys could probably find this very readily on Etsy. And then I needed it within like a week, so I had to pay extra for shipping. But this wig was like $20. This was on clearance at Spirit Halloween. This was $15. And this, I'm literally reusing it. I had ordered this for the Liliana cosplay, but every time I put on the Liliana, I forget to wear it, so I've never worn it. So like that I had. This is good. This is good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Shout out to Jillian for straightening my hair yesterday. Anyways, so with that, I actually think I'm already done. I already got most of the shed out, right? This wig brush, the whole set was like it was 4 things, I think, for like $11. I don't like really shopping on Amazon just because I don't like the way Amazon treats its employees. I don't like that Amazon will sell stuff at a loss to just put other businesses out of business and then just absorb the market that way. I don't like that. But like sometimes it just, man, value play. I also don't know where I'd find this stuff because like the wigs at Party City would be the same price as this, but they're absolute dog poop. I don't know. I mean, I guess you could buy those wigs on eBay that come from China. They're probably the same thing, but like, is it going to take 6 months to get here? Via e-packet? I don't know. This is cute though. I like this. This looks really nice. So I'm very pleased with this. I need some water. My lips are very dry. I'm not even going to bother putting on lip gloss because I'm just going to chug a water bottle after this is done and then have to put it back on anyways. Especially now that this is like on its last legs. I need to treasure this. I can hear my mom texting me, throw it away. She knows that. Every time I use one of the products, I know I've said it before in other videos. My mom's always like, tell me throw stuff away. Every time she watches the Alley Chat and she sees me using it, she's like, you need to throw that away. I'm like, it's not done yet. That blush, though, I don't even use it anymore because it's a pain. That will probably get chucked soon. That lip gloss is not getting thrown away until it's done. But everything else, I get it. Anyways, though, 2:09, I need to get out of here, take a nice thumbnail. And then thumbnail for OPG. Drink some water. Instagram photos. Yeah, so I need to get out of here. So that will do it for me here in this episode of Alley Chat, Melisandre Chat. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to go ahead and hit that like button. Comments from me, drop those down below. And of course, if you're not yet part of the Alley's Treasure Trove family, I'd love to have you join us. Make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also, before I get on out of here, I do have to give a special shout out to all of my patrons over on Patreon. As I mentioned earlier in the video, I am expecting a lot of changes to the new year. I was actually initially thinking that I would get rid of it completely, but I don't think that's a great idea. And also, I do have the Patreon linked in every single Titan Cards video that has been published this year, and there's no way to mass edit it out. So I am thinking switching for like the shoutouts and whatnot to YouTube channel membership just to keep everything together, but probably leaving something like a version of the Gemstone Miner tier where I do send out thank you cards appreciating your guys' support monthly. I think I'll probably just kind of consolidate to just that and then move over the different channel shoutouts and names on the end of screen and whatnot on YouTube. That is the thoughts. That is the thoughts. I need to figure out all these details by the end of the month. So I'll keep you guys in the loop once I have those details. But for now, do have a bunch of special shout outs for those patrons over on Patreon. We do have 4 Ultimate Excavators, Jack Perez, Keith Muna, Mako, and Stephen Olivo, 3 Gemstone Miners, Andon, Bounty Hunter Breaks, and Stephen Bly, and 1 Crystal Collector, Natalie Ruiz. But thank you so much again to all of my patrons. Really appreciate your guys' above and beyond supports, whether you're on a tier in which I say your name at the end of every video or not. Really, truly do appreciate it. So thank you, thank you, thank you. This is why I don't wear my hair down, because it's blocking my field of vision. It's not even like super in my face. This is just something I'm literally not used to. This is weird. This is gonna be an interesting next 6 hours. So we'll see how this goes, although I do look good as a redhead. My hairstylist's name is Jillian, which is why I've been saying Jillian a lot in this video. She's like, maybe you're gonna like it tomorrow. Maybe you're gonna come back next time telling me you want to be red. And I'm like, nah. Allie red hair for February 2021, because that's my next appointment. Let me know in the comments. Woo! Also, I can't do this too much because, yeah, whatever. I'll probably have to adjust this a little bit, but man, this is good. This is good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. I need to add that to my list of things to do. Get hair straightened every time I need to wear a wig. But with that, that does wrap off this Alley Chat here this Sunday. Really hope you all enjoyed it. And of course, I hope that you guys will tune in next time to see what treasures we unearth here at Alley's Treasure Trove. Take care, stay safe, and hope to catch you all in the next episode. Bye!